this is
Welcome. Welcome to my twice weekly calls that I like to do here on YouTube to invite you folks to an incredible education and guidance tool in the wonderful cryptocurrency space. My name is Keith Hampton, and I am a very, very fortunate customer of a company called Bitcoin Trend and Forecast, or BitcoinTAF.com. I was introduced to Marius Wendy Landman about 10 years ago, and it truly has made a significant difference in my life. For all of you folks out there that want to know more and get honest advice in the incredible cryptocurrency space that is of high integrity, I would highly recommend that you take a look at our Bitcoin Trend and Forecast. In fact, I'm going to share my screen, and we're just going to go into the website, BitcoinTAF.com. Folks, what I would recommend is that you can sign up for free, and you can scroll through and take a look at all the different pieces of information that we have here and what we have to offer. It is truly incredible. If you really want to know where we're going in the cryptocurrency space on a long-term basis and on a medium and short-term basis, this is the place for you. Because bottom line is, I believe that the cryptocurrency space will outperform every other investment in the world over the next 3 to 5 years. That is the reason why I'm highly recommending it. Also, too, to keep understanding where we're going in the future, because the future is going to be driven by three major technologies. One is the blockchain technology, which is what the cryptocurrency space is all about. The other is artificial intelligence and the dynamic shift that's going to happen. And then when you tie that into robotics, folks, wow, the three alone will change the world like you've never seen. We thought we've had rapid development over the last 20, 30 years. We are going to see that same rate of increase, only compressed or compacted into about 3 to 5 years. So this is your opportunity to really delve into that and to understand it, because that's the key. Education is the key, and that's what this company is all about. They're all about education, training, and guidance. So with that, what I'd like to start off with is that if you really want to know what's happening, I would highly recommend that you subscribe to the different subscriptions that they have. There's something here for everybody. For example, if you want to know what's happening just in Bitcoin, if you want to just be a Bitcoin investor and you want to know, okay, here's where we are, but where are we going? That's the problem. Most people are trying to get information out there from the internet, and you're getting a lot of conflicting information. There's a lot of people out there hyping that Bitcoin, which is where we're here on each candle is 3 days. We got a lot of people that are recommending that this is what's going to happen. It's just going to keep on going. We've got other analysts that are out there saying, no, we're still in this big pause zone. It's not really going to move anywhere over the next little while. And then we have others saying, we're going to be having this scenario happening. Well, the key here is, where is the truth in all this? Who can give us some high probabilities of what really is the truth of what's going to happen going forward? And that's where Bitcoin Trend and Forecast has a unique algorithm that was developed by Marius Landman over 10, 15 years ago, that is giving us incredible probabilities, high probabilities of what's truly going to happen in this space. And not only does he give good guidance is what's going to happen in the future with Bitcoin, but he also has incredible guidance on what's going to happen in the altcoins and where we are at, where we're going, and how to strategize in those spaces. So that's one of the keys. And what I would highly recommend is that you take a look at these sorts of information. If you want to know what's going to happen in the future on a long-term basis, I would recommend that you subscribe to the long-term reports, as well as they have another tool out called the Elliott Wave charts for the altcoins. These two reports are absolutely valuable. If you primarily are focusing on the altcoins, I would recommend that you look at the Elliott Wave reports. They are just amazing. You get the reports, they come out once a week, full PDF format, as well as they do weekly hour-long Zoom calls to discuss the where we're at and where we're going. And so you can ask questions and get good, proper answers. Along with that, they have a awesome for looking at medium-term reports, guidance as to what's going to happen, say, over the next 2 to 45 days. And then we get down into day trades where we're actually looking at people trading every 2 to 14 days. And even for people that want to even trade more actively, we get all the way down into trading, into 15-minute, 5-minute, even 1-minute trades. So it's something for everybody. And the training and education that is provided here is truly an amazing opportunity. So as a guidance, what I would recommend that if you want to take a look at something deeper into this, take a look at the Noodle HODL indicator bot. This bot tied into your trading view charts, it gives you really good, accurate information. For example, I'm going to just bring up a chart here right now, and this is what the HODL indicator looks like. Basically, what you're looking at here is we're looking for pivots, the bottoms and top pivots of momentum in the marketplace. So I can trade in between those and lock in profits. So how I utilize this indicator is really quite simple. Of course, I use other trading that I had from the long-term trade reports as opposed to the HODL foundational course. These added confluences help me even make more accurate information. But if you were just to use this tool alone, basically what you're looking for is you're looking for coins that have reasonably good movements in their swings, in their pivots. And I like to use it in a 2-hour candles because it's very, very accurate. Not 100%, but no indicator is. But how I trade this is I'm looking for bottom pivots, but at that point in time, I want to know for sure, is it a true bottom pivot? So what I will do is when I see a pivot, I'm looking for a buy tag, and then I will enter a trade with the two indicators saying, okay, this is a good time to enter the trade. And I'll enter that trade at this point in time. But to protect myself, because I don't know if it's 100% true, I always set a stop loss down below right where the pivot is at, because it could be a false bottom. So really here on a trade like this, when I enter it, I'm risking about 4% in this particular trade. So say on $100, I got about $4 at risk. And then what I do is I'm waiting as this trade matures and starts moving up above my entry level. I would simply remove my stop loss up to break even. So now I've got a risk-free trade going on. And then as soon as I see it hit the pivot top, I exit. And I exit. So let's see, we never get out the exact top. So let's say I got out right here. And lo and behold, I would have locked in a nice little profit on this trade, which in this case would have been about 5%. So in other words, this would have been about a 1-to-1 ratio on a win-loss scenario. I usually like to go for a little higher gains, but I'll take what the market's given me. The market has not been very kind over the last week. It's been very negative. So it's been some hard finding, good trades. But I have found nice little trades where I picked up 3%, 4%, 5%. Now, when you're looking at this at 2-hour candles, you're looking at a time frame of approximately from here to here, which would have been about 20 hours, or about 1 day, I could have locked in a nice 5% profit. If I can make 5% profit per day, I'm a happy camper. And that's how I use this little tool. But when you start getting more training and education that the BitcoinTAF people have, you'll get a lot more indicators and custom indicators that give you a whole different perspective. For example, I have a coin here called AVAX, and this is in the day trade and medium-term trade reports where they've given us entry zones, which you see in blue, and we've got pivot tops that we're looking at taking profit zones, as well as a stop loss zone. But when I utilize the indicators that I have with the Ultimate Trade course, I tied in with my HODL tool. I now know I got extra confidence. So what I'm looking at here is I've got a bottom pivot, I got a buy tag. However, I also got, where are we in the ribbons? Are we above or below the EMAs? I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the detonators. Are we in a positive upcycle? And we have these in detonator Cs. So this to me looks like a good point to enter that trade. So I would, in this case, probably enter a trade right about here, and I would be setting my stop loss somewhere in this zone here. And at this stage of the game, I'm in, but I've got a nice risk to reward of 10% in this situation. So say of $100, I'm only risking 100. And as you just noticed, the charts are starting to move up. You see, these indicators give us higher probabilities of where's the market going versus just pure gambling. And so that's how I utilize these tools. And so this is the training and education, and this is the results that you can have to make really good, sound investments and protecting your capital at the same time. So if this were to fully play out over time, let's just take a look at what that would look like. So if I would enter this coin right here, oops, my apologies, hit the wrong tool. Let's just try this again. And if it played all the way out here to TP5, I'd be looking at about 71% profit with about a 10% loss ratio, which is a ratio of about 6 to 1. That's the kind of leverage you can have with these trades. You don't need to be trading with leverage. You're just simply utilizing the buy targets and sell targets that we have to work for. And again, this will not go in a straight line. What will probably happen is we could see the coin, could go up like this, come down, come back up, could come back down. I mean, over time. So I could be trading this multiple times. And like this is the sort of scenario where I could be taking profits and reducing my risk multiple times. And that's the beauty of this type of trading. So that's why I wanted you to see more information about the power of this. So let's look at another coin, Solana. Okay, Solana has moved up off of its bottom. We've got a bottom pivot. We've got a buy tag. And we've got good indicators of the detonator Bs and Cs, but we're still below the, I would call them ribbons, the momentum ribbons. I'd be probably waiting for it to break above before I actually would enter this trade, but it's getting better. It's looking better. So that's how I would play this going forward. And these are the sort of tools that we get and the training that you get to help make this a lot easier for you. So that's why I wanted to show you those sorts of things today. So there's something for everybody in this program. If you want to follow the traders or if you want to take the education courses, that is where the key is. Education is the secret, like any industry. Every I don't know, modalities we've gone into, we've had to have good, solid foundation and training in order to be successful. If you want to be a good carpenter, guess what? You need good training, good guidance. Same with every other profession in the world. And that's no different here. The beautiful part is that the information you have here is probably some of the best in the world. This self-paced foundational trading course is phenomenal. It's like graduating from high school you've got the tools and the understanding to be successful in the marketplace. But to go forward, I highly recommend that you look at the Ultimate Trade course, because once you've completed it, it's like getting a PhD at a university. You are not only a premium trader, but you're your own analyst. And you can utilize this information whether you're trading stocks, bonds, commodities, Forex, and or the crypto market. So that is the power of it. And the cost is incredibly economical. Folks, I have paid, over 3 times this amount at other places and not got 1/10 the information and the guidance. Each course and each information I have here, we have weekly Zoom calls where you can get your questions answered. They have tremendous amount of videos and PDFs that you can go over and over and over to try and get a better understanding. So the key here, folks, is that long term, we want to be successful in life. And Bitcoin Trend and Forecast gives us that opportunity. So with that, I'm just going to check, see if I have any questions that have come in. And so far, all's been quiet on the internet today. But in the meantime, should you want to learn more, I would highly recommend that you sign up for free at bitcointaf.com, and hopefully we'll see you on the other side. Have a good week.